Welcome to the update. I'm Michelle Stevenson. The ADF is defending the time it's taking to deliver essential supplies to flood-affected regions of Queensland and New South Wales. They're saying that weather has been hampering the effort. Now, residents in some cut-off communities say they've been forgotten, with many unable to even find food or get cash to buy supplies. But Flood Relief Commander Major General David Tomei says more help is on the way.
The conditions in northern New South Wales have been very difficult to conduct both air and land operations when most of the roads have been cut off.
Now, Labor is doubling down on its claim that the federal government has actually failed to protect those vulnerable communities from floods. $150 million has been allocated to 22 mitigation projects over the past 3 years, but none of these have been completed. Now, Opposition Leader Anthony Albanese says it's simply not good enough.
Labor will invest $200 million each and every year on disaster readiness. That's where the government has completely failed, even though the warnings are there.
It says at least 2,000 homes have been declared unlivable in northern New South Wales, where residents say they are simply being ignored. That's as Sydney braces for more wet weather, and Queensland's death toll, meantime, has risen to 12. Now, that's after a man died trying to drive through floodwaters. A woman who was with him survived by holding onto a tree. The WA Premier denies he was lying when he stated that medical advice suggested the state border needed to be closed in the early stages of the pandemic. Now, Mark McGowan is locked in a defamation battle with Clive Palmer over a series of comments they made about each other in 2020. The United States believes there's very credible evidence that Russia is engaging in war crimes in Ukraine. It claims to have the evidence of deliberate attacks on civilians. And it is likely that Shane Warne's close family and friends will hold a private funeral for the Spin King. That's before fans are invited to pay their respects at the G. Plans are still being finalised for the MCG event, but it is likely the public memorial will be held sometime this month. To sport, an Aussie surfer, Steph Gilmore, is awaiting the call on a possible finals day at the World Tour event in Portugal. She'll take on American Lakey Peterson in the semi-finals. In your entertainment news, and Drake is taking legal action to protect himself and his loved ones, including his son. The singer has filed a restraining order against a stalker who he says has been sending him death threats. And Kim Kardashian has flaunted her curves at Balenciaga's Paris Fashion Week show. The reality star wearing nothing but designer tape to the outing. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcast News team. We will see you tomorrow morning for another episode of The Update. I'm Michelle Stevenson.